Just 2 weeks ago, the Minecraft community received the first batch of migration capes, which are quickly rising to become the most common cape design ever seen. 2 months before that, we saw the mysterious birthday cape appear on the account of a lead developer at Mojang, and a few months before that, players found a hidden string of text on the Minecraft website suggesting that new veteran capes would be given out based on the year you started playing the game. It's safe to say that since the turn of the year, cape news has been pretty wild. But for most of us, that wave ended with the start of migration. Sure, some people are still holding on to hope for veteran capes, but at this point, who knows whether they'll ever actually come out. In general, everyone just expected migration to continue as usual, and that was it. What we didn't expect was a brand new cape. But our expectations have been wrong before, and it looks like they're wrong again. On July 25th, a brand new cape popped up on NameMC. This weird red cape with some oddly shaped symbols on the front and a completely blank backside. Until recently, it was only seen on Volgar, which is known to be owned by a Mojang staff member. But who actually is Volgar? Why does he have this new cape? When and how did he get it? And what does it even mean? Well, we don't have all the answers. It's barely been 24 hours since the discovery as I make this video, but we do have some. So in today's episode of Minecraft Uncovered, we're going to explore the history of Minecraft's mysterious new cape. Now, while the story does actually extend quite far into the past, let's start from when the cape was discovered. I first heard about it through a comment on my YouTube channel, shout out to CD Ramos, but I didn't think much of it at the time. I just assumed they were referring to the birthday cape or migration cape and had been out of the loop. But 15 minutes later, my Discord notifications started exploding. It turns out, he was right. A brand new, pretty funky looking cape had popped up on NameMC pretty much out of nowhere. Even after looking into it a bit more, we have no idea how this was discovered or who discovered it. Presumably some random person just looked up Volgar on NameMC, but who knows why or even when. The first record we can find of someone noticing is in a Russian tweet to Volgar at 11:56 AM Eastern that day, asking why he had this new cape. But this isn't exactly the first record we can find of the actual cape. No, for that we have to go all the way back to February 10th to be exact, when an article titled
Bolt tar fram ny visuell identitet åt Minecraft-ägaren
was published on the Swedish news site Resume. And, well, I don't think I have to explain this. Right at the top of the page, you can see the mysterious new cape present on a Minecraft character. At the moment, we don't actually know who this is. The skin isn't recognized by me or anyone else that's been researching into the cape. And it's definitely not Volgar in the picture, meaning that there's potentially another unknown account with this cape, but as of right now, the accounts shown on NameMC are the only ones we know have it. So, now we know when the cape was found and when it was created, but that's only part of the story, so let's move on. Just what even is this? The cape looks like a shy guy that fell into Chernobyl Reactor 4, you can't make anything out of that. And naturally, the design led to some pretty heavy memeing within the community. Despite the very odd shape, people immediately link this cape to the Mojang logo because of the color scheme. After all, they do look pretty similar. But because of the weird shaping, nobody thought it actually was a cape of the Mojang logo, at least not how we would know it. The working theory was that this was actually taken from the animated loading screen for Minecraft Dungeons, misleading a lot of people to think that this cape had something to do with dungeons, but while that's not the case, they were on the right track, sorta. See, neither of these symbols actually appear exactly in the animated Mojang logo, although there are similar ones. However, even though the symbols aren't the same, they are related, because all of them are Mojangs. And yes, I know what I said doesn't make any sense, so let me explain. Back in May of 2020, Mojang made an announcement saying they would be rebranding as Mojang Studios, along with a brand new logo and trailer. The reason for the name change is in part due to the fact that a Mojang, which means gadget when translated to English by the way, is now a completely different thing. It's a weird little symbol that they also revealed in the trailer. Notice anything? The two Mojang symbols front and center in this trailer are the exact same symbols shown off on the cape, even in the same order, and they're also present on the clock picture next to it. By the way, we could infer that these symbols mean 3 and 6 respectively because they're placed where 3 and 6 are on an analog clock, but there is actually a more likely interpretation of them that I'll talk about later. I'm not sure why these symbols were used on the clock at all. So great, the new cape has weird cryptic symbols called Mojangs and we don't know what they mean. But we do know why they're there with a tweet courtesy of Volgar himself. According to him, this new design is meant to represent the new logo, and is most likely going to be the new Mojang employee cape, meaning this would be the third design so far. I'm not sure that the design is final, considering it looks like something they would have made in Microsoft Paint, but it does seem that he's right about them being at least related to the new logo. And considering the cape has been seen on the accounts of multiple Mojang employees, it is most likely the new employee cape. Of course, we'll have to wait for an official announcement, or showcase, or more people to get it, or anything really, but don't be surprised if you see the new cape start to spread across all of Mojang's accounts very soon. Okay, so now we've got a pretty good idea of what the cape is all about, but what we still don't know is why. Why reveal the cape now? Why make a new cape in the first place? Why give it to Volgar specifically? Why showcase it in the Swedish news? Why do any of this at all? And our answers for those are, we don't really know. Nobody does, not even Volgar himself, but I'll try to answer these to the best of my ability. Starting from the top, why reveal the cape now? This question is the most confusing by far, and I really don't know. I mean, Mojang revealed their new logo well over a year ago at this point and never mentioned anything about a cape. It might just be that cape testing has been a lot more common recently, see exhibits A, B, and C, so they could have had this plan for a while and just decided to actually act on it now. There was actually a tweet from a Mojang staff member all the way back in May of 2020 during the redesign that mentions capes and the new logo, but it could also be coincidence. The original form of the script said that was just my theory, but it was actually confirmed in a tweet that I'll be showing in just a bit. Next, why make a new cape at all? Well, we kinda already answered this. Mojang has a new logo and they naturally would want to update everything accordingly, including their official employee capes. As for why they're so eager to distance themselves from the old logo, who knows? Maybe it's because of how much Mojang expanded, really earning that new name of Mojang Studios, plural. Maybe it's because of all the controversy surrounding Notch recently, and also for the last 5 years, so they don't want to be seen as Notch's company anymore and rather their own thing. I don't really know, but no matter what the reason is, the new cape is literally just because of the new logo as far as I'm aware. Moving on, why Volgar? What did he do to earn it? Did he design it himself or something? And the answer is no. We don't know who designed it, we don't know who gave it to him, and we don't know why. Even Volgar himself says he discovered the cape on accident and he hasn't received any sort of notification about it, it's just sort of there. According to Ined, the cape had actually been made during the rebrand and rolled out much later, but the Mojang staff team either hadn't seen it or didn't want it. With a design like that, I don't really blame them. And last but not least, what's with the Swedish news report? Like, I get Mojang is Swedish, but you'd think they'd be keeping stuff like this private, not pushing it out there for all to see. Well, the answer to that is pretty simple. See, the article was not actually about a new Minecraft cape, which you probably already guessed. No, it's about a design company called Bold that's been helping Mojang out for over a year now, even before the redesign from what I can tell. The article is pretty short, but it basically just says that since Mojang was known for its blocky, pixely aesthetic, they wanted to preserve that going into the redesign. After a bit of collaboration, Mojang Studios and Bold settled on the Mojangs, those funky, twisty, modular, blocky, weird things that make up the new Mojang logo, and probably a lot of other stuff in the future too. As for where they even got the pictures, they've actually been on full display for a while now on the Bold Scandinavia website, which, fair warning, is really glitchy. That website also allows us to figure out what the cape actually means thanks to the screenshot of what appears to be Photoshop, and we can determine that the cape spells out on. Literally just O and N. I don't think that stands for something, I don't think it has anything to do with Mojang, it was probably just two cool symbols that they thought would look good and probably wouldn't get them sued for copyright infringement. Hope you all enjoyed the video. This was not an expected discovery like the birthday capes, so I didn't really have any time to prepare, but I got the video out as fast as I could. Also, I'd like to note that the day after this video comes out, school starts back up for me, so I am going to have to slow down the uploads quite a bit. School is actually in person for me now, so I can't just complete all my work in an hour and get back to YouTube. I have to meaningfully spend 10 hours a day at school. But hey, what can you do, right? Next video should probably be out in just over 2 weeks. It's a pretty long one, so it's gonna take a while. But yeah, that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching and have a good one. Peace.